In this video, we are going to see about modes of transfer. The binary information received from an external device is usually stored in memory for later processing. That is, the information transferred from central computer to an external device originates in the memory unit. The data transfer between the central computer and I/O device may be handled in variety of modes. The data can be transferred to and from peripheral device may be handled in one of the three possible modes. They are programmed I/O, interrupt initiated I/O, and direct memory access. Now let's see about the programmed I/O. Programmed I/O instructions are the result of I/O instruction written in computer program. Each data can be transferred by initiating the instructions in the program, and I/O instructions are needed to transfer data from CPU to peripherals as well as peripherals to a CPU register. Transferring data under program control requires constant monitoring of peripherals by the CPU. Once a data transfer is initiated, the CPU is required to monitor the interface to see when a data transfer can again be made. In the programmed I/O method, the CPU stays in a program loop until the I/O unit indicates that it is ready for data transfer. In the programmed I/O method, the I/O device does not have direct access to memory. A transfer from an I/O device to memory requires the execution of several instructions by the CPU, which includes an input instruction, which is used to transfer the data from the device to the CPU, and a store instruction, which is used to transfer the data from the CPU to memory. This picture shows a data transfer from I/O device to CPU through an interface. A device can transfer bytes of data one at a time as they are available. When a byte of data is available, the device places it in I/O bus and enables its data valid line. The interface sets a bit in the status register F, and the device disables the data valid line, and it will not transfer another byte until the data accepted line is disabled by the interface. A program is written for the computer to check the flag in the status register to determine if a byte has been placed in the data register by the I/O device. This is done by reading the status register into a CPU register and checking the value of the flag bit. If the flag bit is equal to 1, the CPU reads the data from the data register and the flag bit is cleared to 0 by either CPU or interface. Once the flag is cleared, the interface disables the data accept line and the device can transfer the next data byte. The programmed I/O method is time consuming since it keeps the processor busy. That is, while waiting, the processor must repeatedly interrogate the status of I/O model so that the performance of the entire system is severely degraded. Issues of programmed I/O method can be avoided by using an interrupt facility and special commands to inform the interface to issue an interrupt signal when the data are available from the device. In this method, when the interface determines that the peripheral is ready for data transfer, it generates an interrupt. After receiving the interrupt signal, the CPU stops the task which it is processing and services the I/O transfer and then transfer back to its previous processing task. While the CPU is running a program, it does not check the flag and it uses the interrupt facility. The CPU responds to the interrupt signal by storing the return address from the program counter into a memory stack, and then control branches to a service routine that processes a required I/O transfer. This can be accomplished by two methods. First one is vector interrupt and second one is non-vector interrupt. In a vector interrupt, the source that interrupts supplies the branch information to the computer. This information is called interrupt vector. In non-vector interrupt, the branch address is assigned to a fixed location in memory. When two or more requests arrives simultaneously, the system must know which request has to be serviced first. So here we are going to use a priority interrupt. A priority interrupt is a system that establishes a priority over various sources to determine which condition is to be serviced first when two or more requests arrive simultaneously. The direct memory access is a technique of removing the CPU from the path of data transfer and letting the peripheral device to manage the memory bus directly to the memory device in order to speed up the transfer. In this method, the interface transfer data to and from the memory through the memory bus. The DMA controller manages to transfer data between peripheral and a memory unit. The CPU initiates the transfer by supplying the interface with the starting address and the number of words needed to be transferred, and it proceeds to execute other tasks. When the transfer is made, the DMA request memory cycle through the memory bus. When the request is granted by the memory controller, the DMA transfer the data directly into memory. The CPU delays its memory access operation to allow the direct memory I/O transfer. So this is how a data transfer can be handled by the three modes of transfer, namely programmed I/O, interrupt initiated I/O, and direct memory access. Thank you.